I'm not the person to ask for that kind of thing, like rank placements and whatnot.
No matter the placements, no matter the exact numbers, one thing is for certain: these are two extremely good players.
This is undeniable, of course.
And not only that, two players that always bring out the best of each other. We have seen 6WX and the Great Gonzales go at each other in the past, and now as we see the deliberation happening between the two players, 6WX striking the stages. Great Gonzales will have his pick.
I don't like the hover over spear pillar. You're scaring me.
I mean, what are you expecting from Gonzales? At least here, because we know that he plays a Richter. We know that he has a Simon as well. I mean, there are slight differences between the two characters, the properties on the holy water, etc.
Yep.
Just how much damage that they give out, generally speaking. But also, he has that Ness that he kind of recently picked back up, and indeed reached the grand finals of last night's local host tournament.
All right, it seems like, first of all, we get hyped for Dual Zone.
Yes.
This is Flames. But also, we have seen this Ness. This is a fantastic Ness. And may I add that I 100% called it. We're going to see a Ness Sonic match right here. Pretty classic, not going to lie. But
points to you, Avocado. Absolutely. Welcome to winner's semifinal here. CodeName Bears 170.
That was
right out of the
weird.
gate comes the Great Gonzales.
Okay, so we just saw Great Gonzales get hit by the spin dash, and he grabbed Sonic out of spin dash after getting hit.
It's ridiculous.
What? Oh, and then homing attack SD.
Yeah,
right.
6WX he might need to reconsider his strategy here.
All right, this is kind of a wacky start to a match, but certainly not over yet, especially not in this game. 110%, far from dangerous percent range right now. Very doable.
Now the thing is
you
that
better watch out.
We do know 6WX for his aggressive Sonic play, Avocado.
Absolutely.
But the thing is that perhaps he was overextending himself at the beginning. Seems to have grounded himself a little bit more as he evens it up at 2 stocks apiece. But at 62%, really is indicative of just how sloppy a start 6WX was off to.
Yeah, but you'll start to notice that like a lot of times stocks are dropped because you get greedy edge guarding Ness, and 1 or 2 flubs trying to deal with Ness off stage, that'll put you very far back, especially with something that powerful. 6WX though, he's not flustered. He's got it under control right now. Getting a lot of good follow-ups. Got a lot of control over the stage. Get that nair to forward air. Great damage going on, but that up air, ooh, great DI.
Yeah, no, Great Gonzales, no slouch off the stage himself. 6WX, I mean, as solid as he is on the offensive side, very much. I mean, some of the most highlight reel moments that we've seen from him were him almost dying and then coming back to secure the stock and indeed the game. I mean, the DI of 6WX, absolutely impeccable. Catch these hands, says the PGR player.
Absolutely, what a fantastic call out. Ness often double jumps to the ledge, tries to do a button, nair, up air, trying to get people off of it. 6WX says, I already know what you're doing, and I already know where I'm hitting you. He clocks him right in the forehead.
I mean, you saw the spot dodges coming out. He's trying to time these out as the Great Gonzales, and eventually the back throw will kill for Great Gonzales, who now has a whole other plethora of problems. As 6WX has seemed to ground himself. He's not overextending. He's not overexerting. And this is a much more controlled, calm 6WX than the almost frantic one that we saw at the start of this. Jab reset from...
Goes for a grab follow-up. I wonder if that was a flub. Might have intended to be something else, but great pickup on that jab reset though. Catches no techs.
Oh, the homing attack straight up from 6WX, and now Great Gonzales, he gets back to the stage for free and back to neutral, but man, he does not stay there for long as indicated there. And just like that, 6WX and the Blue Blur, they speed their way to a 1-0 set lead here in winners semifinals, the spot in winners final, excuse me, at stake. But I mean, having that spot in grand finals obviously gives you a huge advantage in terms of you can afford to lose a set. That's whatever. That's pretty obvious.
Of course.
You don't need me to tell you that, certainly to you, the viewers at home, watching on twitch.tv/FlashTournaments. But at the same time, as we approach game number 2, the mental advantage that it gives you as well gives you a little bit more comfort as you approach these sets. To game 2 we go.
And we're going to be seeing Great Gonzales run it back. I can't blame him, but pretty much every stock 6WX took was calling out defensive buttons off stage as Ness. A pretty common strategy, but being able to say, like, more of a read than anything else certainly wasn't much of a reaction. Just being able to handle those is going to make this matchup a lot easier. Although, at the end of the day, it's not necessarily Ness versus Sonic, it's 6WX versus Great Gonzales. And so we're gonna see a lot of adaptation, and we're gonna see a lot of early stocks.
Beautiful stuff from the Great Gonzales. The PK projectile coming out.
Yeah. It's the PK murder. No chance.
Something like that. Absolutely murdering those stocks. Is the Great Gonzales. Looking to take the title of CodeName Bears 170 back to the Blitz pit.
Now, Gonzales kind of sitting at 95 right now, 104 now. Every time I say the percent, I get called out by it, but doesn't make it back. That's an unfortunate gimp right there.
And you can see it on Gonz's face. He was not happy about that.
That's the price you pay playing Ness. But obviously, you don't need me to tell you. This man's been playing Ness longer than I've been playing the game.
Yeah, you're telling me. And one of the more accomplished Ness players in the state of New Jersey, which was Ness Central for quite some time.
Absolutely.
And as Smash 4 progressed, at least in its early days.
It's the gauntlet.
And indeed, the Ness influence is still very strong as we have people like the Great Gonzales and TD Dark Matter.
Absolutely. That was a great...
SH Dark Matter.
Yeah, that's true. But we did see that very early, that very high recovery over there with Gonzales. Pulled out. Very good call, but find himself in a bit of a bad spot on stage right now after a good lead. He's kind of losing it. Does make it back. Very, very good recovery we're seeing.
You know, before I forget to mention him, of course, SYE Earthboundy, very accomplished South Jersey Ness. Young man who really has nowhere to go but up. The drop kick coming out. Psychic drop kick, back air, whatever you want to call it. Goes by any other name, smells just as sweet, and hurts just as much in this case. He takes stock number 2. That's the Great Gonzales.
I think 6WX will tell you it hurts quite a bit on his last stock right now, game 2. But we see him off stage right now. Gonzales he's been a lot more safe with his recoveries. Been mixing them up a lot more. Game 1, he was kind of just trying to throw out buttons, trying to get some space. 6WX though made it clear that he knew how to handle that. Oh, that forward air was very good though. Sonic.
Himself
but he does make it back.
The air dodge to the ledge, beautifully done by 6WX. He knew he was saving it up for just that moment, and that's basically how you need to use your air dodges in the game, because the end lag off of those things is absolutely brutal.
It's atrocious. Oh, good weight from Gonzales. Knows he's got the advantage right now, but he's going to be losing that stock. Let's see how he uses this invincibility.
And not very much at all. 6WX wasting no time, getting right back in and into the face of the Great Gonzales, giving that Ness no room to breathe whatsoever. A little bit of a 2 nairs gives him a little bit of space to plan out that back air and give himself the Game 2 victory.
That was really great. We did notice that on that last stock there, 6WX did set up a spring under the halo that he was coming back from, and that kind of. It did a great job of spacing him out from that. Just wasting time on his invincibility, putting Ness all the way up there, not going to be able to do anything. Very, very, very good call.
Cheeky stuff from the Great Gonzales to take it to 1-1 as we go to Game 3. And what was the biggest difference that you saw in the Great Gonzales' approach that allowed him to take game number 2, in your estimation?
From what I was seeing, it was a lot more off-stage development than on-stage.
So the offstage game, the nairs, the bears coming out, throwing out those slight disjoints.
A lot of forward airs, just trying to make it back on stage. They stopped and the recovery started to happen a lot earlier. And 6WX, he was having a harder time covering it. But moving on to Town and City, a bigger stage, a lot more space to run around, wide open spaces, room to make a big mistake. But I think we got it. It looks pretty even right now. No mistakes have been made. All right.
And usually that's where the commentator's curse happens. I think you might be.
I get away with that sometimes. Ooh.
Yeah, I seldom do, so I do envy you quite a bit.
Hey, I take it.
Yeah, fair enough. We take those. Homing attack right up. 6WX always on the attack, even in disadvantage. I mean, he never if he sees an opportunity.
Yeah, no.
He will take it.
Doing a great job pressuring shield with spin dash. Something interesting about spin dash in this game is that it's never over after the spin dash, because there's always going to be a homing attack. Not always, but there could be. And if you're respecting the homing attack, then Sonic can get away with a lot more. Very, very, very good option, but does cover that homing attack that time. Gets that forward air on that platform. 6WX in a bad spot. Oh, but does make it back with homing attack there. Oh, but up air is going to clutch it out. 9%. Super even game so far.
Yeah, Great Gonzales making those adjustments, knowing that 6WX, he's going to be in his face and pressing buttons. Might as well take advantage of that, tagging him with the PK Thunders, keeping him in disadvantage, but well parried by 6WX. And what we're seeing right now, both players, when they are in advantage, they do not stop. They are so aggressive.
And that just makes it all the more impressive when they make it out of these bad spots. Especially with someone like Ness, whose recovery is super linear. Gonz being able to mix it up so well is just super impressive. Ooh, great job waiting out that spin dash right there. Very good play, very patient. Ooh, but does get that up air off that double jump, and it's going to clutch out that stock.
6WX is going to have to put the pedal to the metal if he wants game number 3 here. A well-fought duel between these two masters of Smash, the Great Gonzales and 6WX. Jersey versus Philly.
Oh, yeah. What a, ooh. Honestly, oh, but does clutch that stock out with a back air.
And at only 18.6%, keeping hope alive in the 2-1-5 is the PGR man.
Absolutely. 6WX, really good with his mobility here. Those homing attacks are starting to get punished a lot more now. He's going to have to maybe relax on that option after spin dash. See, like that. Ooh, didn't get covered that time. It is hard to deal with, but does spring out of PK Fire there, gets him out of a bad situation. Ooh, the dash back there, just making some space. Springing out of PK Fire a lot, but gets called out for it and gets hit with the PK Thunder.
Maybe in Smash 4 that kills, considering how low the ceiling was. But again, this is the highest ceiling in competitive Ultimate.
Quite the turnaround for this stage. All of a sudden went from small to biggest.
It's pretty amazing when even the stages get above. You know?
Absolutely.
Now, off the stage goes 6WX. Could this be the deciding factor here on the platform?
On the platform, but doesn't get it. Breaks out the forward air. Breaks out the forward air. And things are looking pretty even. Back air, good DI.
6WX is shielding these things at the right time.
Oh,
the
back air?
Throw! Is that going to do it? The hell wheel, more like it.
And that's going to clutch it out on that platform. Game 3.
As quick as lightning, 6WX turns it around and takes the set 2-1. A well-fought set. Definitely stream-worthy.
Absolutely.
From both
Incredibly
players.
close. Very, very good.
And that is going to be 6WX in winners final, going up against one of either Wishes and BCE Juice.